Previously on Survivor.
We're going into the vote. Target's Gianna. I feel good about having at least 4 votes. I'm hoping that Kelechi and Jay are honest about the fact that their vote is Gianna. My ultimate goal in this game is avenge my friend Trevor, who was gone too soon, and send home Jack and Gianna and Julia. It's just all about tonight is trying to convince Jay and Kelechi to be honest with us. And Kelechi and Jay, who have told us that they're interested in voting Gianna and will be voting Gianna, start saying, Taryn, don't worry, the vote is not on you. Did anyone else hear that? The vote is not on you, being Taryn. Why aren't they saying, don't worry, Taryn, we are voting Gianna? And these red flags are just getting bigger and bigger and bigger in my head. And I'm putting these pieces together. Every time I confront Matt about a friendship and a perceived alliance that he has with Gianna, he never outright denies it. I say, Matt, aren't you and Gianna friends? And he's like, I'm not working with her in the game. We haven't talked game. I haven't talked to her in a while about game. That's making me feel like you're not answering the question, which is, aren't you guys connected and tied?
I want to stay with my alliance, while keeping in mind my long-term plan with Gianna if she wants to stick to it as well.
I've really been trying to downplay how close Matt and I are.
I don't trust Gianna at all. She's a really good actress.
My heart is racing going into this vote like I'm being chased. And then we get to the question portion of the episode where Miguel asks Gianna, how do you feel about where you are in this game? And she says,
statistically, this is probably the safest week, so if there's any time to feel safe, it's right now.
Which is true. But this game is about being paranoid at every single step. This makes me so nervous, I feel like I'm going to throw up on screen. When Miguel says,
if anybody has a hidden immunity idol and you'd like to play it, now would be the time to do so.
And I thought I was not going to use it, but the words came out. It's like my heart knew what my brain didn't. My anxiety was trying to tell me something. Using all these little puzzle pieces, I make an educated guess that because nobody has reached out to me, it's because nobody wants my vote. And the reason why nobody would want my vote is if I was the target. And the reason why I'm the target is because I told Matt right after the vote for Trevor that I was gunning for Gianna. And if Gianna is in charge of the vote, Gianna would be gunning for me because she knows I'm coming for her. I didn't make the connection at the time means that Matt is also betraying me. So I play my idol. And can I just tell you, I have seen this scenario in my dreams. When I dreamed of vindication for my friend Trevor, this is exactly the scenario that I imagine. An ultimate betrayal for the ultimate betrayal. Every vote on me was sweeter than the next. I could have watched that back for hours. Oh my gosh, it was beautiful. It was like music to my ears. I couldn't believe what I was hearing, and yet it was exactly what I wanted to be hearing in that moment. I couldn't have written it better myself. And then, when I saw the 3 votes on Gianna, not only did I not get voted out, not only did I get to vote out my biggest competitor, the person that I am gunning for and have been gunning for since the second vote on the Killers, I also got to expose my biggest op in the game in front of everybody.
8th person voted out of Survivor Zoom Island and the 3rd member of our jury, Gianna.
It was beautiful. And everybody's face was perfect. In one moment, I got to share my nausea with everyone else. They looked like they were gonna throw up. and it was beautiful. I was so happy. I can't explain. It was exhilarating. It was the best moment of my life. Not actually, but it really felt that way at the time. I was jittering with excitement. Oh my gosh. Even recounting it now is just,
This is like gonna be so awkward.
I read that.
I need one head of lettuce.
I actually feel like who thought it was gonna be
Cry about it right now.
hey guys, what's up?
That was like pretty slay of you, honestly.
My heart is racing like I'm being chased.
Is someone behind you?
This is so weird.
I like wouldn't even need other dopamine for like the rest of the week. How are you?
Oh my gosh, I'm a genius. Look at Maddie's face.
Hi, I'm Jay Dolan. I'm 10 pounds heavier after Christmas, years old, and I am a professional hobby enthusiast. We all voted for Audrey, and that was my plan A. My plan A was for all of us to vote Audrey and for her not to play an idol. And plan A didn't work out. Plan B worked. I mean, I didn't want Gianna to go, but out of the people on our side, out of the 5 of us, Gianna was the person I wanted to go the most. I mean, we had been on the opposite sides the most often. I feel I could have worked with her. I feel like I could have worked with her. We just were never really on the same page. I didn't want to see her go, but I'd rather she go than me. So again, that's been my strategy this whole game, is to pitch plans A and B to everybody. Tell people what I actually want to happen, and then create the fake plan on the other side. That's what I've tried to do every time. I haven't been blindsided. I've known what was gonna happen, I think, the entire game. In this vote, I created the 2 plans. I pitched the 2 plans. At least I had a part in it. It was me and Kelechi kind of pitched the Audrey plan, and then I pitched the Gianna plan to the other side. I was the liaison in the middle. My second option happened, but I really wanted my first option to happen, because that shot Audrey's threat level up astronomically.
Zach, Audrey, and Taryn seem to think that I voted for Audrey last week, even though I didn't. I voted for Gianna, and let the record show in previous episode that I did vote for Gianna. I didn't want to, but I had no choice, and I didn't think Audrey was going to play that idol, which was crazy and impressive, by the way. But Gianna, if you're watching this, I only voted for you because I thought Audrey was going to go home because we simply didn't have the votes, but she played her idol, which I didn't know she had. So that was very unfortunate, for me at least. And Gianna. But anyway, Audrey, Taryn, and Zach seem to think that I voted for Audrey, and they don't trust me. But Zach said he's still willing to work with me under the radar, which is very promising, and he seems sincere. Of course, it could all be a trick to get my guard down so they can vote me out, but I don't really have much of a choice but to trust him, and I want to trust him.
I also texted Zach the next day, and I said, hey, sorry about lying to you. That sorry about that. And he was like, that's okay, I don't hold any grudges. The only grudge that I hold is against Matt. And I don't get that at all. I don't know why Zach holds a grudge against Matt. I thought that they were working together. As Zach responds, and he says, that's okay. I only hold a grudge against Matt. And I hold a grudge against Matt because he lied to me a little bit. I don't even know why. I don't even know. The reason felt kind of fake, so that's why I'm not remembering it. I don't even know. I think it was because he voted against. They said he voted against Audrey, but he didn't. He just said he had a grudge against Matt, and I have no clue why. So that's hard to believe, but if it's true, then that's good. Then maybe I can pit them against each other a little bit.
I'm getting into like a villain era, honestly. That's pretty much all I'm getting into because this has been some bullshit, and I'm sick of being on the receiving end of bullshit. Like, Audrey opened her mouth and said, I would like to play her idol. I was like, God, as soon as she opened her mouth, I was like, somebody fucking sold. So now, consider me a lone ranger. Consider me a lone ranger. I'm gonna do what I want. I'm gonna vote how I want. People are gonna have to people can come to me. I'm sick of like trying to work in groups. I never liked group projects. I'm sitting in this position, I'm like, I don't wanna like sit here and be like, well, maybe they'll still work for me. Maybe so-and-so will still let me in. Like, I'm not a fucking stray cat. I'm a bad bitch.
I still haven't talked to Jay this week. I'm probably gonna do that soon. We have this really cute bit where we're in alliance, but we never actually work together to achieve any goals. And we always vote the opposite of how the other one does, besides the Josh vote. So we're gonna see if we can keep that going for another week, where we talk and we strategize as allies, as besties, and then just like do the opposite of each other. So I think we have a really strong chance at winning Best Alliance this season.
I text Taryn and I say, sorry, I lied to you. And she's like, yeah, you did. You lied to me again. And I did. I lied to her again. I keep lying to her. We've supposedly had an alliance the entire time. And I have lied to her probably 3 times now. We haven't voted together. We voted together once. We voted for Josh. And that was at the last moment.
You guys ready to get into today's immunity challenge?
Woo!
Yes.
Some are saying they've never seen people this ready.
Today's challenge is called Touchy Subjects. So first thing, I'm going to send a Google form link. I want you guys to answer the questions on this Google form to the best of your ability, as honestly as possible. These are anonymous, so nobody will know who answered what. If you don't know the answer to a question, just put the first thing that comes to mind. Basically, what I'm going to do is go through every question one by one. And what you're going to do is you're going to try to guess what the most common answer was out of each question. You're going to write the name of who you think was the most common answer on your piece of paper. And then I'm going to say 3, 2, 1, reveal. And everyone's going to put their paper up showing their answer. If you guessed correctly the most common answer, then you get a point. We're going to go through until we do 15 questions. And then at the end of the 15 questions, if there is somebody with the most amount of points, that person will win immunity. If there are people tied at 15, we're going to go into sudden death. Okay, so you're trying to guess the most common answer, not necessarily what you think is the correct one or like what you put, like what you think most people in this Zoom put. A couple answers have multiple correct answers, as in like there were ties. So any like tied answer will count as well. So like I'll say like there are 2 correct answers here. So first question, who is most likely to be cast on Real Survivor? 3, 2, 1, reveal. All right, so I see a couple J's, a couple Kalechis. The correct answer is Jay, so keep them up. That's Audrey, Zach, and Jay, I believe. Who doesn't deserve to still be in the game? 3, 2, 1, reveal. I see a couple Julias. I see Jack, Zach, and Maddie. Correct answer is Julia. So I believe that was Audrey, Julia, Taryn, and Jay. Who would you trust with your life? 3, 2, 1, reveal. I see Jay, Zach, Kalechi, Taryn. Correct answer is Taryn. So that's Audrey and Kalechi. Who do you want to vote out next? 3, 2, 1, reveal. I see Maddie, Julia, Audrey. Zach, what's your answer?
Oh, I just completely whiffed. I'm sorry.
Maddie. So correct answer is Audrey. So Jack, Kalechi, Maddie, and Jay. Who have you warmed up to the most? There are 2 correct answers here. 3, 2, 1, reveal. I see Zach, Kalechi, Audrey, Jay. Jay, I cannot see your answer.
It says Kalechi.
Okay, correct answers are Jay and Kalechi. So I believe that's everybody except Kalechi. Is that correct?
Unfortunately, yes. But I do appreciate that, guys. Well, like I said, pleasant disposition.
Who has had the worst luck in the game? 3, 2, 1, reveal. All right, I see Maddie, Taryn, and Jay. Correct answer is Jay. Only Jay got that. Who is most likely to have a gambling addiction? 3, 2, 1, reveal. I see Zach, Jack, Jay, and Julia. Correct answer is Zach. So that was Audrey, Taryn, and Zach.
Profiling.
I was profiling Jay with his like poker glasses on right now.
Who is your closest ally in the game? 3, 2, 1, reveal. I see Kalechi, Taryn, Audrey, and that's it. Correct answer is Audrey. Taryn got the right answer. I think it's funny that everyone put the correct answer for wanting to vote out next is Audrey, but also Audrey's everyone's closest ally.
I know. How? Okay, you guys all voted me out. You're voting out your closest ally? Let's be for real.
Who is least likely to survive alone in the wilderness? 3, 2, 1, reveal. Okay, I see Julia, Maddie, and Audrey. Correct answer is Julia. So that's everyone but Kalechi and Maddie.
Julia, you give me like insane vibes. Like I feel like you'd make it work.
No, I would make it work, but I don't think people assume that.
Who is the most attractive? There are 3 correct answers here. 3, 2, 1, reveal. All right, we got Zach, Audrey, Maddie, Taryn, Jack. Correct answers are Zach, Audrey, and Jack. Who can't keep a secret? 3, 2, 1, reveal. All right, I'm seeing Maddie, Jack, Audrey, Kalechi, Julia. Correct answer is Maddie. So that was Audrey, Taryn, Zach. Who wrongly thinks they're in control of the game? 3, 2, 1, reveal. I'm seeing Maddie, Jay, Audrey, Jack. Correct answer is Jack. So Jack and Zach got it right. Who is most likely to stab you in the back? 3, 2, 1, reveal. All right. I see Jay, Maddie, Zach, Audrey. Jay, I think you put yourself. Correct answer is Jay. So is that Jay and Audrey? Who is the smartest? 3, 2, 1, reveal. Seeing Taryn, Kalechi, Audrey, Maddie, Zach. Correct answer is Audrey. So Jack, Jay, and Taryn. Audrey and Jay are tied with 9 points. If one of you gets it right, the person who gets it right wins. If you both get it right or both get it wrong, then we're going to sudden death. If Taryn gets it right and you both get it wrong, then she will enter sudden death with both of you. Who is the life of the party? 3, 2, 1, reveal. All right. Jack drew a penis. And I believe everybody else put Kalechi.
Damn right I am. Let's go for some tequila shots.
Consolation
That's not the
point
right
for
answer.
me.
The correct answer is Kalechi. So that means that Audrey and Jay are going into sudden death. At the first point where someone gets it right and the other gets it wrong, person to get it right wins immunity. If you both get it wrong or both get it right, then we'll go to the next question. Who is most likely to win the game? 3, 2, 1, reveal. Audrey put Kalechi, Jay put Taryn. The correct answer is Kalechi. So, therefore, Audrey wins individual immunity, guaranteeing herself a spot in the final 7. Congratulations, Audrey.
This is quite literally the best day of my life.
Bro, that's so cool of you.
I crush the challenge. Not actually. It was very close between me and Jay. I think Jay did great. I just wanted it more. You know, I really, really wanted it. And Jay is safe with me, so I think he's a cool guy. I'm not interested in voting him. What I am interested in voting for is Matt. And I cannot wait to vote him out.
And Jay got it wrong too. The literal very last question, who's gonna win the game? He put Taryn? Honestly, I cannot believe he sold on that question. I was like, do you not believe in me? He texted, he said something like, oh, I thought people see Taryn as a threat. Oh my God, Jay, I've gotten immunity 2 weeks in a row. Jay! Honestly, like, I would have put me. Literally, I would have put me. So I'm like, Jesus, like, that was a bad question to get wrong.
I really liked that challenge. That was really fun. Some of them were tough, but I had a little bit of an out voting for Julia for the ones that are like, who doesn't deserve to be here, because, I mean, she's said publicly, I don't want to be here. Basically, yeah, she said I don't really care about being here.
We all agreed I was the one person that didn't deserve to be here still. Which, like, it wasn't a unanimous vote, which I don't understand how, because, I mean, whatever. So my only dilemma is, who am I gonna vote for tonight? Because, like, you said I can't vote for myself, which is so messed up, Miguel. Just because, like, I don't want to be mean. But oh my God, I'm excited. I'm getting my dinner. And then, oh my God, library hall. Rejection. Fiction. You're lucky I dropped the other 2 off at the library this morning because I finished them. Bye.
I got who have you warmed up to the most. I tied with Kalechi for that. That warms my heart. I feel good about that. I got who's most likely to stab you in the back. Also warms my heart in a different way. I like that even if I'm schemy, I like that people see that I'm playing the game a little bit. But if I do well in this game, then I can say, hey, I did good in a social strategy game. And I can apply to Survivor and I can show them this. They have data. They have data points that I could do that I could do that game and that I could do well. And I have done well so far. I mean, there have been hiccups, but I'm not voted out. And I have the safety without power advantage that I got from looking in U159. That was cool. That was really nice to see. And the last one that I got was who has the worst luck in this game. And I think that's pretty fairly me. I got swap screwed. I got swap screwed really bad. And I made it out. I made it out of the swap screw, but it was tough. But about 10 minutes after tribal council, I get a text from, of all people, Jeff. Miguel texts me at 10:03 and says, you are voted the person with the worst luck in the game. You have the opportunity to change that luck, to turn that luck around. And the way to do that is to send a video of me dumping a gallon of ice water on myself, on my head. And if I do that within 24 hours, then I'll get an advantage.
Okay.
Ready?
Okay.
Okay. My luck's about to change. Okay. I have my phone.
Okay.
Do you
want to do it again?
Just keep going.
Okay.
All right, I'll do it again.
Okay, go.
My luck's about to change. Okay. Oh, that is really cold. Oh. Thank you. So I sent that text within 5 minutes of him telling me to. That's how much I wanted an advantage. That's how much I needed my luck to turn around. I send him that video and I get a text back and he says, congratulations, you have found or you've received a steal a vote advantage. And that's huge. I can take a vote from someone else before the votes are read. And then I can use that vote for myself. So I get a vote twice. So that's good. That's a great advantage to have. Tough to use right. We'll see how I do it. I have a few options right now. It really does help to turn my luck around a little bit. Now I have 2 advantages. I have safety without power, and I have a steal a vote.
Literally about to go to bed, Jay says he was received a godsend. He got to steal a vote. How said steal a vote will be used, only time will tell. So all hope is not lost. Life is worth living. Do you guys know that? Justin Bieber, old Justin. I think it's from his Purpose album. There's still a chance.
Whew, you do not want to go in there. Anyways, there is another hidden immunity idol in the game, but this time there's no clue. Back at the beginning of the game, we sent several documents to the players explaining how the game would work and what the rules are. Hidden in one of the PowerPoints is a task that the players must complete. The first player to complete this task will get the hidden immunity idol.
Audrey used her spidey senses to save herself in a way that only Audrey could at our last tribal. I don't know how she knew, but she knew. And I can only aspire to have that level of intuition. So, you know, bullet dodged. Gianna was sent home. So, like, win for us, but that released an idol back out into the world, and for the first time, our alliance does not have it. I didn't even know that was possible, but it is. It's possible. There's an idol that's not in our control, which is sad.
Frank usually texts around 5. So I make sure I'm going to be around 5 tomorrow, just in case something happens. Spend the day doing normal stuff. I go to the gym. I built a fusion reactor. I ate a bunch of broccoli that day. Ate my fruits and veggies. And then 10 minutes after 5, like 5:10, he sends a text. And I look at it and it says, a new idol's been hidden. There is no clue. Good luck. I know what that means. I know look through every single document, every single piece of info that we've been given. So that's what I do. I look through texts. I look up idol in texts, anything like that. And finally, I think, where did I hear that we should look through everything? When did Miguel actually tell us that? And I remember it was on the initial PowerPoint when we went through the game. So I think, okay, that's probably a good thing to look at. So I look at the PowerPoint, I'm scrolling through, I look in the comments of each slide, I don't see anything. And I look at the page that says idols and advantages. And I say, that'd be a pretty cheeky place for good old Frank to hide an idol. And Frank's a pretty cheeky guy, so I think there's a good shot. I look at that page and I see 2 pictures on the top. And then I look at the one on the left and it's Kelly Wentworth giving her idol to Jeff. And I scroll, I take it off and it says, click me. And I love that classic click me. Please click here, blue link. So I think, great, I did it again. So I click it, and it's a video of Frank, and it says,
hello there, a member of the Killerwood tribe. If you're watching this, it means you've clicked on a link to an immunity idol clue. Congratulations. But you do not have an idol yet. If you would like the idol, you must first answer my riddles 1. How many jelly beans are in this jar? Same rules as normal. First person to text me the right answer gets the idol. Best of luck.
Is it as easy as this? Is it this simple, Frank? Are you pulling my leg? So I text Frank and I say 0 jelly beans. And a little bit later he says, congratulations, you found a hidden immunity idol. So now I have safety without power, a steal a vote, and an immunity idol. I have 3 powers. I have like the Deathly Hallows right now. I'm killing it. I'm insane. I have the 3 Musketeers right here. I have 3 Blind Mice. I have the 3 Caballeros. The Safety Without Power can be used until 6, and the Idol can be used until 5. So honestly, if I get past this Tribal Council without using anything, and that's scary, that's a big if. I don't know if I want to do that yet. I'm going to feel it out. But if I can do that, then I can use the Steel Vote at 7. I can use Safety Without Power at 6, and I can use the Idol at 5. And then I can make fire. At the worst, I can make fire. I can't believe that at the final 8, I have that clear of a path to the end. And I don't really even need that many people. I don't need the numbers. I'm still going to get the numbers. I still want to control the game. But even if I don't, even if I'm on the bottom every single time from 6 on, I have a shot. The thing about this game is that there are 2 things that you need to do. 1, you need to have opportunities. And opportunities don't come cheap. Opportunities are pretty random, honestly. Two of the advantages I found because I looked, and one of the advantages was just gifted to me. You need opportunities, but it's not enough to just have opportunities. You need to capitalize on those opportunities. You need to do the right thing in the right moment, not too early, not too late. And these 3 advantages, these advantages 3, are ripe to be used incorrectly. That Idol wants to nullify 0 votes. That Safety Without Power wants to be used and have my closest ally go home. And that Steal a Vote is begging to be used and then have the result be 6-2, I go home. They want to be played wrong so bad. And I have to fight that. I have to make sure that I use those right. And there's nothing scarier, nothing worse. There would be nothing worse than getting voted out with 3 advantages in your pocket.
My resolution this year is to give less of a fuck. It's very like generalized, yeah, but what I mean by that is just like I'm very like type A. I tend to get very antsy and anxious about stuff that like really don't matter that much. And yeah, so I'm gonna take that energy like through every aspect of life. Like obviously like there's a certain level of like, no, you gotta lock in. But yeah, at least as far as like, yeah, you saw that lady, I was looking at her. Yeah, but as far as like Survivor goes, I've learned that like bitches can't be trusted. And I'm over like letting that upset me. Like I'm literally over letting that upset me. People don't want to listen to the voice of reason. So why am I sitting there trying to reason with people? Like I basically what I'm saying is I am the one thing in life I can control. I am inevitable. I am an original. I'm not falling behind or running late. I'm not standing still. I am lying. Wait. Hamilton. Sorry, I'm like getting. First of all, I feel like I sounded kind of good. But yeah, my point is that like I am the one thing in life I can control. Like, yeah, I just want to be like more zen about it. You know what I mean? I'll do what I can. What happens, happens. I'm over like getting. I feel like in my couple other confessionals, I've been like really pissed off and all that, and I feel like I had a right to be pissed off. But I'm just like, Jesus Christ, Clutchy. Like I can't be like dedicating all this other time trying to strategize, trying to pick people's minds because number one, bitches will still lie, and I worry about my cursing because I don't want people to watch this in the future whenever it gets uploaded and they're like, oh, she called me a bitch, she called me this. Like, that's just how I talk. I've probably said that as a disclaimer in other vids too, but yeah, like, bitches are gonna do what they want. So why am I sitting here like press about like trying to figure this out, trying to figure that out? Like, obviously, like, people are not moving like I'm moving. And I'm over trying to get that to happen, essentially.
Jay I've been having good conversations with. We didn't talk all game until the end of last week, and he's from Boston, good sign. We've been having good conversations. I know he's working closely with Kelechi. He seems very willing to work with me. He probably has ulterior motives or a deeper plan going on. He's been good to talk to. It seems like he wants me to vote for Taryn, but I'm guessing his main target is also Kelechi's target.
The only person I do trust is Jay, but to an extent, like just knowing that, like, because we've been working together since the beginning, I trust him, but also I know in the back of my mind eventually, like, if it comes down to it, I will need to beat him if I want to. I want to win. You know what I mean? As far as going into tribal, like, I'm gonna do what I gotta do. and I've been talking to this, that, and the other person, but I'm still gonna do what I'm gonna do because I can't trust any of these hoes at their word except Jay, who I do trust because since we've been working together. He also told me he had to steal a vote. He got to steal a vote after last challenge, which is really nice. And I trust him because he didn't have to tell me that. You know what I mean? He could have kept that to himself and pulled something out of his ass. Yeah, he told me, so I'm not going to betray that trust. He's the only person who has been consistent throughout this whole game in standing on his word. Eventually, I know it's going to come down to probably me or him. But as far as right now, we got to take out the other hoes.
So Kelechi and Jay want to vote Taryn as a first option, I think. So if I vote Taryn and she doesn't play her idol, if she's not protected by an idol, then if we're still going based off the 4 and the 4, then we're outvoted, and I'm scared that that could just be the end of Audrey, Taryn, and Zach and me.
If everything went perfectly and I had it my way, Matt would be voted out. But that's probably not going to happen. Here's what's likely going to happen. People are going to vote for Matt. Matt plays his idol, and then the poor son of a bitch who was on the minority, even though Matt got the majority, he played his idol, and then someone else gets voted out. Who would that person be? Potentially me, potentially Jack.
I'm still conflicted on who to vote for. I feel like the biggest threat to me right now is Kelechi, because I've just been hearing that she wants me out, or she thinks I have an idol. I don't know if I can get Audrey and Taryn and Zach to get Kelechi as the vote, and I just have to choose between the Kelechi vote or a Taryn vote, and I'm gonna lose a trust with whatever side I don't go with, but then it could still backfire if it ends up in a tie. But I'm scared for my end game if Taryn goes home, but they don't trust me, so they might be trying to vote me out anyway. I think the right move is to vote Taryn, only because Audrey doesn't trust me. I think if her biggest ally goes home, which would be very sad because I like Taryn, then she has to start working with other people. Assuming that I can trust who I think I can trust, I'm gonna say I'm gonna go with the Taryn vote.
Me and Jay, who've been working together since the start, our bets are pretty much hedged. Plan A, Matt gets voted out. That is the ideal scenario. Let's get rid of this fucking cockroach. The only reason he has stayed in is because people have been too pussy to vote for him. Plan A, Matt is voted out. There are 8 of us, and I think there are at least 5 votes going to Matt. Zach, Taryn, Audrey, Jack, Julia. At least, I think those 5 are all solid votes for Matt. I think. If what people are saying are true, it looks like that the vote is Matt. Then the remaining 3, Matt has talked to me about a Taryn vote, and then me and Jay have already discussed our vote. So there are at least 5 votes going to Matt. So plan A, Matt gets voted the fuck out, and Matt thinks that he's safe and doesn't play an idol. But if he does play an idol, Matt's vote I feel like is most likely going to Taryn. At least from what he's told me, but like I said, bitches lie. So from what he's told me, his vote's going to Taryn. So with the 5 votes going to him, me and Jay have decided we're gonna split the votes. He's gonna vote Taryn, I'm gonna vote Zach, or vice versa. I had to double check our messages, but I think he's gonna vote Taryn, I'm gonna vote Zach, or vice versa. I might vote Taryn, he votes Zach. I don't remember which one we agreed. I'm gonna check our text real quick afterwards. But yeah, the reason we're doing that is because if Matt has 5 votes going to him and he plays the idol, then all of a sudden none of these votes count, right? So and we don't want Matt to have the deciding factor of Taryn being voted out, because we're pretty sure Taryn or Zach has an idol, the OG Mahogany idol. I don't know for sure who has it, but we know one of them has it. So if Taryn has the idol, then regardless, I have a feeling that Taryn or Zach, they're only gonna play the idol if Matt plays his. So if Matt says, I wanna play his idol, then likely Taryn or Zach will be like, I will also play my idol. All of a sudden, so that's why me and Jay are gonna split the votes, because if the 5 votes are then invalidated for Matt, then the options will be either Matt's vote is a deciding factor to vote Taryn out, or we have the deciding factor to vote Zach out. So regardless of which one plays the idol, if Taryn plays it, if Zach plays it, our bets are pretty much hedged and we get to take out a target that we want to take out.
The ideal situation results in Matt going home. I pray for that every night since the last vote. But myself and Taryn have idols, and the way that if we make a mistake, it doesn't go as poorly as possible is that whoever plays the idol plays it for the other person. So at the very least, another idol survives for the next round. What most likely will happen is that I play it for Taryn, and there's a few ways that could shake out. First being that I just play it with no warning, and hopefully it works. We don't really have a way of knowing who the other group would want to target. The second way of playing it is I kind of make a lot of suggestions during Tribal that I'll be playing an idol for myself and sort of like wear the idol at Tribal like they would in typical Survivor. But with doing that, hopefully people think that I would be playing the idol for me, scramble during Tribal, texting each other, and then direct their votes on Taryn, guaranteeing that the vote goes on Taryn. And then we get our pickings and don't have to worry about wasting an idol when it's a successful play. It does kind of rely on a lot of people being pretty gullible, though.
I've tried, like, you know, sussing out Kalechi a little bit. Just checking in with her because I know her strategy that she claims is that people with idols should get votes on them. So by that logic, Zach and I should be a target. I know she's really freaked out by the killer's idol that she thought, or at least says that she thinks Audrey or Matt has. Right now, you know, saying that she thinks Matt has it. But oddly did not seem distressed about the location of this new idol, even after I confirmed with her that somebody else definitely has it because I don't have it, and I know that I found like the correct clue. So very off-brand for her there, but I don't know if I'm reading too much into that. But I'm just gonna note that here as well. She's like, yeah, let's go all in, let's all vote Matt, and whatever happens, happens. Easy to say when he hasn't been throwing your name out. I'm also not convinced that anybody is working with us outside of me and Audrey and Zach. I think it truly might just be us three trying to survive another week. Once again, we're in the privileged position of all three of us could make it to next week since Audrey has immunity and Zach and I have idols. Easy, that's how you make it another week. But, you know, not really setting yourself up for future success after burning all of your idols that will not be coming back into the game and allowing the third one to remain in enemy territory. So, yeah, that's my debate is, do I be naive and trust that anybody is actually going to work with us to try and vote out Matt, or truly anybody else? I guess I would say Matt be the main target. Or are we once again actually supposed to be coming up with a defensive play and figuring out which one of us they might be targeting? Obviously it can't be Audrey, but I don't know. I don't feel great. I haven't felt great in a few weeks.
Welcome to the final 8 Tribal Council. Tonight, somebody will be voted out and will become the 4th member of our jury and join the likes of Becca, Lewis, and Gianna. First, I want to start with Audrey. So, Audrey, obviously last week was a crazy Tribal Council. You got the majority of the votes, but you played your idol to cancel out all those votes. And now you have immunity from winning the challenge. How does it feel knowing that you're safe this week?
It feels really great. I am feeling a little disconnected from the game at large, though, because of the fact that I was safe this week. I do feel like I'm ready to get back in there and play.
Jack Clements, are you currently playing the guitar right now?
I might be, yeah. I can still hear you quite well, though.
Yeah.
It's like a secondhand strange thing, you know?
Yeah, I wanted to go to you for this next question. So last week, there was a message sent out to the group saying that an idol has been rehidden, but there is no clue. Do you have any idea what this could mean, or if anybody has found said idol?
You know, if someone found it, then good on them. No, I had no idea what that meant. I was thinking maybe like a buzzword or something. I think we're suspecting an idol is still in the game. At least one of us here has it, if not two. I would put a lot of money on that.
Oh, is there anybody in particular who you put a lot of money on who might have an idol?
You know, I actually could not answer that. I don't know.
Is there anybody here who wants to volunteer themselves saying that they have an idol? Anybody want to give away that information?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna play it tonight, so I have one.
So Zach, you're making this public. You're saying that you have an idol and you're playing it tonight.
I have a pretty good idea of how things are going, but I also thought that the last tribal, and I did not. So, would rather just be safe tonight, even if it ends up being worthless. It's, not totally worthless because it guarantees 7 instead of 8. Rather not be on the jury.
Kelechi, last week during the Touchy Subjects Challenge, the majority of the group voted you most likely to win the game. How are you liking your chances at this point?
It's just ball don't lie. At the end of the day, like, I'm gonna still come in here trying to win challenges and hoping that, obviously I hope that my pleasant disposition keeps votes off my back, but at the same time, like, if people are worried about me being a threat, what do you mean by that? But also, like, everybody's a threat. I mean, Zach just announced he had an idol. Like, that's a threat in my head. Megan Thee Stallion, this is a quote actually, Megan Thee Stallion said, and I quote, "I don't give a fuck who talk about my back because a bitch knew better than to let me hear it." So that's from Thought Shit. So I feel like I've just been taking that to like my floor and really trying to zen myself out. Yeah.
Yeah, very wise words indeed. And along those same lines, I want to go to Julia. So since there's 8 people left here, we're starting to get to the point where we're thinking about the end game, like who might ultimately win this game. Do you think that all 8 people who remain have like an equal chance of winning at this point? Or in your eyes, do you feel like some people stand out more than others?
I think a solid 7 people really got it. Got the chance to win this.
Who's missing from that list?
I'm not gonna say who the 8th is. I feel like, yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
is this like, are you being for real or are you just like joking? Like, do you really feel like you have 0 chance of winning?
I'm not really a strategy girl. And so I feel like we're at the point in which people are strategizing, or have been this whole time actually. And so I feel like I can't catch up.
Maddie Brenner, I guess along the lines of speaking about the challenge, there was one question during the challenge that got me thinking. So most people voted for you for who can't keep a secret. What's going on there? Are you spilling people's secrets? Like, give me more information there.
I've been thinking about that too, Miguel, not gonna lie. It's definitely a little jarring when people don't think that you can keep a secret in Survivor, but I don't think it's totally true. There could be lots of secrets that I'm keeping that people just don't know about. I do like to be honest as much as possible, so that might be some inkling of why people say that, but I think I might just be a trustworthy person.
I mean, clearly several people here voted for you for that question. Does anybody want to explain why they might have voted that way?
I feel like Matt and I were very close, and I felt genuinely like I could share with him, but I didn't want to tell anyone about my idol at the time, and I was being very honest with him except for that, and it seemed like that was the reason, that one thing, information that I held back from him, was the reason why everyone felt comfortable voting for me. Thought that Matt used that information against me to flip the vote on me. So that is, I can be forthright in saying that I was not honest with Matt about my idol, but I think you can all understand why I wouldn't be, because he was a little bit of a snake. Sorry, Maddie.
I'm looking at this group of people here, and I've just got to ask, is this just VTV versus Ridiculum at this point?
On a very surface level, you could say that. I think that's the clearest division that exists here. I mean, there's 4 to 4. You could see it that way, but everyone has individual relationships with everybody. People went to school at the same time. People are from similar places. People have closer relationships than just that one thing. So if you want to look at it like that, you could, but if you do that, then I think you might be missing a bit of a bigger picture.
Maddie Brenner, I saw you raise your hand there. Do you want to chime in?
I just wanted to say that I wasn't in either group, but I was a big fan of both of your groups' content in my time at Villanova.
We're starting to get like, 8 people left, starting to get towards like the end game, or starting to think about the end game a little bit. Have you started thinking about like who you might want to be in those late stages of the game with if you're there? Like, how are you thinking about who you're trying to bring into the late stages of the game?
I guess I've thought about it a little bit, but honestly, more my priority is surviving week to week. I still don't feel like I'm in a super safe spot. Like, I feel like I can see like that end game. It's approaching, but it's still like a little far away for me to really be putting a lot of my thoughts and efforts there. It's really just how can I make it another week and then another week, and that's kind of where I'm at right now.
Should be an interesting vote tonight. So with that being said, it is time to vote.
I'm voting Taryn, and if Jay sticks to the plan, and I trust him to stick to the plan, he's gonna vote Zach.
I know you said that you have an idol, but this vote is a contingency to my contingency plan.
You see that? It says Matt. Yeah, I don't know. That's what people were saying, and I don't talk to people enough to do anything else. Okay, bye!
I am either going to look like the biggest pea brain of all time, or I am going to look like an absolute genius. But anyway, since I don't know where this is going, and since we haven't mentioned your name at all, I think this is a safe shot to make you go home, or at least tie.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Is that a pie?
Oh, he's cooking.
All right. If anybody has a hidden immunity idol and you'd like to play it, now would be the time to do so.
Miguel, could you verify that this idol is real, please?
Yeah, let me just take a quick look at it. Yes, it is real. So Zach has played a hidden immunity idol. All votes are cast against.
No. I'm just kidding. I'm not playing it for me. I'm playing it for Taryn.
All right. Zach has played a hidden immunity idol on Taryn. So all votes cast against Taryn will not count. Person voted out will be asked to leave the tribal council area immediately. I'll read the votes. First vote, Taryn, does not count. Taryn, does not count. Zach, that's one vote Zach. Matt, one vote Matt, one vote Zach. Jack, it's one vote Jack, one vote Matt, one vote Zach. Matt, that's 2 votes Matt, 1 vote Jack, 1 vote Zach. Jack, we are tied. 2 votes Jack, 2 votes Matt, 1 vote Zach, 1 vote left. 9th person voted out of Survivor Zoom Island, and the 4th member of our jury, Jack. Jack, the tribe has spoken. It's time for you to go.
Next time on Survivor.
Crazy turn of events is that I'm still here.
Last tribal, Audrey chose to double down on her disdain for my made-up betrayal. So I would like to double down on my proof for why she's wrong.
Okay, so we're, like, in theory, we're between trying to get Clutchy out and trying to get Matt out.
If Audrey went home tonight, that would be really good.
The only reason Matt still exists in this game is because we have never voted him out. Like, that is literally it.
I felt like people were scared.
I'm still here. I'm still standing. Yeah. So whatever.